Welcome to Q&A Sunday. Sunday. I haven't learned how to make an echo in my editor, so I gotta do it myself. Can we just move on? This is kind of embarrassing right now.
Are you serious?
Alright, so Q&A Sunday, what is it? This is where I answer some of your questions and I make a video about it because I'm sure other people might want to know about these answers or answers to these questions, and it might help reduce the comments that I keep getting asked, repeated comments. Alright, so first we're going to start with Joy, and Joy asks, is there any advice I have for fighters against ranged classes? Alright, Joey, I hear your question and here is my answer. So what you want to do is you want to go to menu right here, go to gears, go to 7 scenes. You already know where this is going, right? We're going to go to switch and switch from whatever 7 scene you are using. If once you've unlocked 7 scenes, switch from any of these to filth. Yeah, that's what you want to use as a fighter. Why? Because you can immediately put this on them and it will start bleeding them. The more they walk, the more they move, they get bled. Now this is what field looks like. Yeah, you teleport to the opponent and you put it. So this is perfect for fighters against the Reapers, against the Visionaries, against the Phantom Sounds. Not that much against the Phantom Sounds because they can heal and put a shield on themselves, but against most of these other classes that are annoying to you guys, this will help you against them. Now, what other advice do I have for you? You want to go to Draconics and unlock this ring, Draconic Whispers of the Ancient God. I have said this again and I'm going to keep saying it because that's how important it is. It is very useful. You see these +2 green signs and +1 green signs. They are from Whispers of the Ancient God and they help you max your Draconics a lot faster, because without it, some Draconics will not be able to reach their max breakthrough effect. So it's rare, max tier reached thanks to it. Now what you want to use still on EX is between Royal Fire and Dustbuster. I will suggest more of Dustbuster at the higher levels and Royal Fire at the lower levels. Why did I say this? Because Royal Fire is more of a defensive / offensive EX, but it doesn't reduce the damage you receive as much as Dustbuster. You see, it reduces enemies damage dealt by 10% and their physical and magic defense by 20%. This is the max tier of Royal Fire. While Dustbuster on the other hand reduces all damage you receive by 40% and also reduces your opponent's movement speed. This is very useful for you as a fighter if you want to survive to your mecha state, especially with the high damage of classes. Now, that being said, I don't think long range classes should be your concern as a fighter. In fact, I think you should enjoy fighting long range classes because your main opponents are 2 classes that are kind of annoying. The first class being the Fencer, and this is the most deadly class against the fighter class. As long as they have the same rating, the Fencer can kill the fighter in about a couple seconds if you're not careful. And the second class that can defeat the fighter quite easily is the Visionaire. Yeah, these 2 classes have the ability to remove your mecha's health completely, and the mecha has double of your HP. So 68 million, that is 136 million health, can be removed instantly by these 2 classes. Think about that. That's how overpowered some classes are. So yeah, fighter aren't really having the best of days now. Question from Angel: how do I get runestone cores to activate things in gears? Runestone cores can be obtained by going to your gear. You will find some equipment. I will have it on screen right now. You do dungeons and activities and you obtain this type of equipment that have certain things written on them. Now those things are your gear sets. If you go to your menu and gear and sets, you can see all these multi-colors. They are gear sets. I think I have made a video about this, but I'm not sure, so I will just explain it real quickly for you. You probably already know what they do, but this is for others that don't know what this is. Gear set gives you additional bonus depending on the number of them that you have. You see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow and 4 red. 6 yellow gives me a lot of buffs, but the major buffs and the main reason why I use 6 yellow is because it not just has the chance of increasing the damage it deals, Purple does that as well, but it's mainly because of one particular effect, and that's the freezing. You can't see it here because the Blade Master doesn't have it in its own sets, this freezing effect is only there for other classes like the Reaper and Magic classes like that. They are the ones that have it. Now the 4-piece red gives you a shield that makes you invulnerable for 6 seconds, which has been overpowered till they introduced a recent draconic that can negate that effect. But it is a whale draconic, so I don't know if that's good. I don't know if it's bad. Now, how to obtain your runestone cores. Once you obtain those gears that I mentioned earlier that has the sets, if they are not what you want, if they are not, let's say for example you want 6 yellow and 4 red, but the gear you got is maybe blue or maybe it is purple, you dismantle it and then you obtain the cores from there. And once you have enough cores, as you can see from here, I have 22 of these. So yeah, that's how you obtain it. Once you dismantle one, you get 2 and you build them up and you can use them to unlock any of the other gear sets for that level. I hope this has answered your question. If this isn't what you meant, then please let me know in the comments and I will try to answer and clarify properly what you need. Now we have a Discord question from Mr. Jazz. What does Arena do and where do I find it? I've been asked this question a lot, so I decided to include it in this Q&A video. Now for Arena or Training Arena, this is where you fight other players in PvP. It is not balanced at all, so prepare to face some whales. Unless you are the whale, then prepare to face some free players. So you can exchange your points you earn from there in PvP points and you can exchange them for some nice rewards. Not that groundbreaking, but every single rating counts in this game, especially if you are free to play. Now how do you find Arena? You go to events right up here and time limited. You will find Training Arena showing here on Wednesdays only. It will appear here on Wednesdays. And if you want to be certain of the exact time, you go to this point right here, week, tap on the calendar, and you can see Wednesdays Training Arena 9:30 p.m. server time. That's when you'll find it. I hope that has answered your question. Now the next two are not necessarily questions. The first one is something I've been seeing a lot of and I think I should address it. I've been saying this a lot in my videos. The Reaper is not a god killing class or a god class, and it's not the best class in the game, but it is a great class. Now I have someone who says this is a Discord message. I will blur out their name because I know that we want privacy, so I'm not going to use Reaper anymore. I can't even use it properly. I did PvP today and won like 2 battles and lost every battle. After that I switched to my main class, which is Illusionist, and somehow reached rank 3 in less time. Alright, so like I said, the Reaper is not a class that you can just switch to and use auto and win. There are some classes that makes certain things a lot easier. An example of these classes, we have the Visionaire right here. It makes PvP and PvE a lot easier because of their damage. They are overpowered. That's what I like to call them. The Shadow Fencer is another class that you can just go auto and win. And we have the Illusionist right here, which is the main class that started this whole thing with auto. This is a class you can just put yourself on auto, go eat or talk with your family or go do some exercises. Then you come back and you see that you actually ranked 1 or top 5 in Arena. What the fuck? Just by being on auto. Yeah, so that's what this class can do. It doesn't really require much skill, especially if you are a whale. But the other classes like the Assassin, the Gunslinger, the Soul Dancer, we have the Reaper, and funny enough, the Puppeteer. All of these classes require skill. They don't just require you spending or being on auto. You need practice, and I've said this a lot. I say it on my stream almost every time. You need practice with the Reaper. At the lower levels, the Reaper is insanely difficult. In fact, when this class was released, people called the Reaper a trash class. Funny enough, they called it a trash class because they just didn't meet the standard for skills. And to be honest, the Reaper was quite difficult at the lower levels, but after the level 120s, when you unlock the Illusionist Deep Talent and you've practiced with it for at least a week to a month, you've understood the intricacies of this class, you will be able to defeat players higher than you. No other class can work this well for free-to-plays to climb ratings and rankings, except the Reaper and the Assassin. These two classes can help you defeat 300, 400, 500,000 rating stronger opponents, and they can do it quite easily if you know how to play the class. Not saying the other classes can't do this, but the difference between the Reaper, the assassin and these other classes is very clear. So I'm sorry you actually had that experience with the Reaper. It's not a class that you can just switch to and dominate. You need practice. And the final comment we have is a request which says make video of assassin versus shadow fencer. I do love the assassin. I enjoy playing the assassin. I started going back to my Reaper because I felt like I was forgetting how to play the Reaper class. That's why I'm making a lot of arena videos about Reaper, because I want to re-perfect my playstyle. But yes, I have seen your suggestion and I will make a video about the assassin. I will use assassin for next arena. Hopefully we will face some shadow fences and hopefully we will not die within the first 20 seconds. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and thank you all for your questions and your comments and your suggestions and requests. If you have any more, please drop them down in the comment section. I read all of them. I'll respond to you if needed, or make a video if necessary. Now I hope these questions or this Q&A session has answered some important questions that I keep getting asked. If you have any more, you can drop them down there as well, and I might make a video about them if needed, if it's difficult to explain in the comments. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you all in the next video. Take care, guys.